These kids can't read. They can't decode. They have no vocabulary, no background knowledge. I've never seen anything like it. For context, for 8 years, I taught a self-contained program for significant language-based learning disabilities. Like, it was the most restrictive environment. It was the step before being sent to a specialized school. And my fifth graders with significant language-based learning disabilities could write better than non-disabled seventh graders can now. They can't write a sentence. They don't know what state they live in. They don't know what region of the country they're in. They have no background knowledge. Most of them don't know who the president is.
I'm going to just say this. I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level. I don't care how you flip it, turn it, swing it, swindle it. They still performing on the 4th grade level. Ain't nobody talking about how they just keep moving, passing them on. They just keep passing them on, 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 passing them on. I can put as many zeros in this grade book as I want to. They're going to move that child to the 8th grade next year.
And I teach at one of the more affluent schools. When I tell you that these babies cannot read, they cannot write, and they cannot comprehend, I'm not being funny. I'm being dead serious.
Okay, so I just did a video recently about the status of American education, about the culture behind American education, and we're going to do a follow-up, not on that particular story, but we're going to talk more about what's going on in these damn schools, how things are probably worse than many of us thought. So we're going to go over this story. It's a couple of years old. I think it came out 2 years ago or so, but I haven't had the chance to look at it. I haven't reacted to it. So we're going to look at a story about a student who allegedly thought that he was going to graduate high school, but ended up being sent back to the 9th grade. So let's take a look.
Tonight, an alarming discovery out of a Baltimore City high school where hundreds of students are failing.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, we found a student who's passed 3 classes in 4 years and is ranked near the top half of his class.
We're not letting none of this get the best of us. All right? Be strong, son. We got this.
He's stressed, and I am too. Like, I told him I probably would start crying. Like, my son is, I don't know what to do for him.
This coming June is when Tiffany France thought her son would receive his diploma.
And I'm just trying to fight. He like, Mom, what was all this for? What did I do this for? Like, don't he get a chance? Do he get a chance?
But after 4 years of high school, this mom just learned her 17-year-old has to start over. He's been moved back to 9th grade.
Why would he do 3 more years in school?
Yeah, so that's crazy. And she should have known. You are failing constantly. These students, we're told how many credits. We're in high school. We're all told how many credits that we have and how many credits that we need. The information is readily available. How many credits that you need to graduate. So this kid knew, unless something's wrong, like he had some type of mental learning disorder, something severely wrong with him, he knew. If he's just a regular, everyday, normal student, he knew, and the mother should have known, because especially nowadays, the information to parents is readily available. The apps, the schools have apps where the parent can just log in. They can see all of their kids' grades, the progress reports and everything. And it's easy for the teachers to communicate with parents. You got email, you got these apps specialized for the teachers and the parents to communicate. So I don't know what the hell happened here. So I don't know how you go 4 years and then say, I've been failing for the last 4 years, and everybody's Pikachu face. Nobody knew.
He didn't fail. The school failed him. The school failed at their job. They failed. That's the problem here. They failed.
They failed. Does she have a mirror? So yeah, the teachers, the school, their job is to educate the kids, but the parents' job is also to educate the kids, and it's more so the parents' responsibility, because it's the parents' job to make sure that the kid is educated. You have a school with thousands of students. These teachers don't know these kids personally, so they're going to teach them in a group. They're going to push down the educational curriculum to the kids, but it's the parents' responsibility to make sure that their individual student is learning, to check on their student, to see what's going on, see what they need help with. So you sit here passing the buck, oh, they failed, it's on them, it's not his fault, it's not my fault. It's a terrible mentality.
They failed. He didn't deserve that.
Francis
Apparently he did.
Gustav Fels Savage Institute of Visual Arts in West Baltimore. His transcripts show in 4 years, he has passed just 3 classes, earning 2.5 credits, which places him in ninth grade. But France says she didn't know that until February. She has 3 children and works 3 jobs. She thought her oldest son...
Oh, she's too busy. They're going to throw that in there. She got multiple children. Apparently, she's a single mom. And we know what the stats say of the education of these kids who are raised in these type of households. But they're trying to make these excuses. Oh, she's busy. She has all these jobs. She has all these kids to take care of. It's not her fault that she had no idea that her kid was failing high school for 4 years. It's not her fault. I don't know how society gets better when nobody wants to take responsibility.
Doing well, because even though he failed most of his classes, he was being promoted. His transcripts show he failed Spanish 1 and Algebra 1, but was promoted to Spanish 2 and Algebra 2. He also failed English 2, but was passed on to English 3.
I'm just assuming that if you are passing, that you have the proper things.
Assuming, yeah. You need to actually look at his progress report, look at his report cards. If you look at this report card and see F's, are you going to be assuming then, or are you going to know? You should have seen this report card years ago. We know you got to work or whatever. Allegedly, you got to work. That doesn't mean you telling me in 4 years you haven't had 5 minutes to look at his grades over a 4-year period. I don't buy it. But these schools do that because a lot of these children, they're lost causes. They know that these kids are just going to grow up to be everyday, normal, probably poverty line or lower level workers or just an average worker. So their job is to just push these kids out. Look, we're not going to try to make you into some type of scholars. We're not trying to send you out to Harvard. We just need you guys to turn 18 to get the hell out of here and go get a job somewhere so you can keep this economy rolling. And they also know that a lot of these kids are going to end up in a crime life, in jail and stuff like that. So they're just trying to hurry up, push them out of there because they got many more students behind them who are going to be in the same predicament. And like I said, if these parents, not just her, because this is a school-wide problem, the whole district is trash. If these parents are just sitting here not taking action, it's on them. But let's continue.
To go to the next grade. And, the right grades, you have the right credits.
As we dig deeper into her son's records, we can see in his first 3 years at Augusta Fels, he failed 22 classes and was late or absent 272 times. But in those 3 years, only one teacher requested a parent conference, which France says never happened.
Yeah, these teachers don't care. They thrown in the towel. Parents don't care. Why should they care?
Failing and not going to class.
Yeah.
France's son, in his 4 years at Augusta Fels, earned a grade point average of 0.13. He only passed 3 classes, but his transcripts show his class rank is 62 out of 120. This means nearly half of his classmates, 58 of them, have a GPA of 0.13 or lower.
He's a good kid.
Can you imagine that? This kid has an F minus GPA and he's average. He's average. He's in the middle of the pack with an F minus. I wonder what a valedictorian is. Are they D plus? Because more than half of these kids have an F minus GPA. So this is what I was saying. Not just this mom here, but the parents in this district in general. I don't know what the hell is going on at home. These kids going out running the streets. They're trying to be thugs. The girls out there trying to be young thoughts. And they out here playing on TikTok. And a lot of them are worried about LGBT, elemental P, pushing all that crap in school. Nobody learning. These kids can't read. I doubt that they can add and subtract. So they're constantly trying to blame the school. Oh, it's the district, because they're going to go on and continue to try to blame the school. Oh, it's the district's fault. It's the teacher's fault. The school, they don't care. If the parents don't care, why should the district care? If all of these kids are failing, if all the parents got together and made some noise and actually did something about it, things will change. But if the parents don't give a damn, which clearly shown by actions, if the parents don't care, nothing's going to change. So, yeah, this is a crisis in America because we're falling behind. We are losing our ability to innovate. We have to bring people in from overseas in order to do these higher level jobs because people in the United States are just not educated enough to do it. Society is going to hell in a handbasket. These kids can't read. All they know how to do is thug and drug, play on TikTok, play video games, and then live off of the government. So change has to start at home. These parents have to do something. You have to take responsibility. You have to say, my son has had trash grades, has been failing high school for years. That's on me. The parents have to accept that because 10 years from now, you're still going to be dealing with that individual. That's your child. The teachers have moved on. They got other kids. They got thousands of other kids. It's not their responsibility to make sure that your child specifically is taking in what they need to take in. But hey, let me know what y'all think. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.